to my very first art stream. I'm really excited to get started. As I mentioned, to my very first art stream. I'm really excited to get started. I'm just gonna do an audio fix there. There we go. We are ready to go. I was just playing on my Twitch and my sound, and I did not like it very much. However, I'm really excited to get started, so let's begin. So I started with this really nice thumbnail sketch here, and just scribbling away on a piece of paper one day, and I really liked it, so I really wanted to bring it into Photoshop and see if I can take it a little farther and do a little more painting, do a little more sketching, a little more drawing, maybe refine it. Just, yeah, we're gonna make it look really nice. So, I have it set up a bit. I typically go with a darker background, just because it is a lot better for me than just a white background. I'll be giving tips along the way. I am actually gonna go back over to my browser window for a second, bring it over here, so I can take a look at the stream settings. So we're gonna just start some drawing. I'm gonna take a darker color, just test it out a bit. Yeah, I really like that. So we're just gonna start at it. Kind of tracing along what I have in the thumbnail that I drew. Thumbnailing is really important, by the way. It's a really good thing to do when you're starting out a piece. It's like gonna be as like detailed as this, just to get like a general idea for what you want for the composition. Also, don't get too like into your line quality or like your line work now. You're just trying to get the general sketch down in Photoshop. Don't consider your thumbnail a rough, is what I'm trying to tell you. Your thumbnail is more along the lines of just like a preliminary like planning thing. Your rough will be in Photoshop, but I'll just keep going along. I'm liking how this is turning out so far. But yeah, this is your rough now that we're working on. This will be going on YouTube after too, for anybody who wants to watch it again or who has missed it. I don't really expect a lot of followers just yet because I'm new, but everybody gotta start somewhere, right? So, as I'm drawing here, I'm just kind of like thinking about shapes and like filling out kind of like where, like, the thumbnail did a really good job at like giving me like a general idea for composition, but a lot of the structure and stuff isn't really there in its entirety. So try to think about like where shapes are, especially in like your armor, because I'm drawing this like armor on this knight dude. Thinking about your depth. Just gonna erase that real quick. So yeah, this is my first stream. Don't expect them to all be like as quiet. I just need to figure out like licensing for music. I don't want to like violate any policies or anything. But yeah, if you notice how I'm drawing here right now, I'm just kind of like taking out of the thumbnail just like where my basic shapes are going, and like well, not really basic, but like where my shapes are going, that will make up the armor. I'm going to take a moment here just to, after I'm done drawing the shape in, to take a quick, like, look over at sharing this stream around again on my social media, just to get some more people come and join in the stream. Like I said, don't worry too much if your like lines look really rough right now, because this is still your rough. And I'll explain what we're going to be doing with that later when we get to it. It's best now just to keep focusing on going forward with the rough. I think that looks really good so far. Just gonna, I like that shape here. Gonna be another plate on the suit of armor, I think. Yeah, I like that. That looks really nice. When I draw, or when I do pretty much anything that requires like cognitive thought, I kind of like don't stick to drawing from like, I'll like just go every which way. I'll just kind of like go with what I feel is what I want to do currently. That's why I just jumped over to the breastplate a bit. I'm just trying to fill out these shapes a bit more. Just gonna shave that down a bit. Gonna go. Actually, no, we're not. This was actually a perfect opportunity to give another tip that I learned from another really great YouTube artist. Goes by the name of KNKL. Doesn't know who I am, but I'm giving him a nice little shout out. He taught me this technique. I'm actually using his brush set too that he has. So just check him out on YouTube. He's really great. Control J makes a copy. Makes like an exact. It's like making a save point. So yeah. I'm actually going to take a prime moment here to take a moment to share a message, this on a message. I'm having a lot of fun so far. Live on Twitch right now. Come watch me draw. I'll put my link in. Oh, I have another viewer. Welcome to the other viewer. I'm just currently in the process of sharing my link with someone. So yeah, I'm just going to keep continuing on with the sketch. With our bit of a rough. Yeah, I guess I just looked at the pointed ears and I was like, do I want to give him pointed elf ears? And I kind of do. The elf ears kind of came from my obsession with Breath of the Wild recently, which is a fantastic game. And if you haven't played it, I definitely recommend playing it if you get the chance. I'm gonna give him some spiky anime hair, I think. Yeah, kind of like that. He looks very weeaboo now. Now we're gonna move on to trying to figure out what we're going to do with this upper arm here. Oh. Just gonna start pulling out some shape ideas for my characters. Our upper, like lower arm, I guess. Lower arm. And just start shaping out the gauntlet. I'm just gonna shave that down a bit. And that'll do for now. We can refine that a bit more later. Always be thinking about what shapes you want to see in your drawings and how they will lay on the structure for whatever you're drawing. Just main thing is just keep thinking about art, like what you're drawing as you're drawing it. It's a very important thing to do. I'm just gonna start adding some little bit of flavor to this. I don't like that little bit there. I'm gonna just erase it. And does that look like it works? I don't know. I'm gonna do some playing around with it for a minute. Another thing is, don't be afraid of using the lasso tool. It's very helpful, especially in digital. Well, only in digital, but like, don't make you think like you shouldn't do it because you're trying to draw and not like use Photoshop and not be like a Photoshopper. It's very handy. I definitely think it's a very useful tool for anybody, especially if you're just trying to get a piece done, like a deadline or something. We'll try it there. This is pretty much still just like a lot of trial and error. I'm not trying to get like too overzealous with detail right now. I'm just trying to shape in a rough. This is still a rough after all. I'm just gonna bring down the breastplate a bit, get some solidity too. Is that even a real word? I don't know. We're gonna go with it though. I need to stop making that sound. It's gonna become like a meme or something. I don't want that. Actually, I don't really care. Meme away. I'm just gonna start filling out the hand here a bit. I'm mainly just looking at shapes for this right now. Yeah, I'm also just kind of like sitting here trying to figure out how other things are gonna keep going. Just gonna shave that down a bit more. I'm gonna Control J it. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit so I get some more look at the details and the down here. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna shape out the other shoulder pad on the other side here, because the sword I'm thinking about bringing it up past the shoulder blade, past the shoulder entirely. So I'm just gonna like start shaping this out. Yeah, There we go. That's looking really great so far, I think. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. There we go. I think that is a great start for the other shoulder plate on the other side. I'm just going to shave out these sections here. There we go. Yeah, that is starting to look a-okay. I'm just thinking down here though, I'm gonna bring this in just a bit more. There we go. I'm thinking that looks quite swell. Yeah, that looks pretty dope so far. Do I want to draw the sword now or do I want to draw the face? I'm going to draw the sword in. And what do I just drew like a generic square for the end here, but I kind of want to finesse it a bit. So yeah, just like that. If anybody watching this has like any tips for me, or like wants tips, just like put them in the chat. I'll read them. Just be constructive. I ask is the only thing I ask to both me and anybody else in the chat, because like don't ruin anybody's fun. How does that look? If it's gonna be like that, we should probably work on the perspective of those hands. Yeah, definitely. Should work on those hands a bit. And just play around with it until you get like what you're seeing on your own page. And yeah, just like that. Just keep like playing around, having a good time with it. It's rough. I'm just gonna bring that up a bit so it feels more broader. There we go. Yeah, it's still rough, but we're gonna detail that out a bit later once we're done roughing it out a bit. Just gonna eyeball the sword and bring it up. I typically wouldn't recommend eyeballing, especially if you're like a new artist. Because that can happen. But however, Control Z is your best friend when doing anything on the computer, not just drawing. Trust me, you'll love it. I'm just gonna. Yeah, that looks good so far. And now we're just gonna start kind of blocking in the sword part here. The hilt, I think it's called. Don't like blow up at me if I called it the wrong thing. I just like drawing them. I don't really like learning about them on my own time. Swords are fun to draw, but I have no use for a real sword, so I never bothered to learn much about their terminology. And that looks pretty good so far, I think. And I'm gonna finesse out the blade a bit more here. Yeah, like that. I don't want to take a look at this without. Nice, I think they're looking pretty good so far. Another thing I like to do is just flipping. So, fuck wrong. Oh, mind my language. I will censor that out in the YouTube video. I will not let that slip again. That's a pretty big sword he's got on his shoulder there. But yeah, flipping is really good at making you look at it from a different like angle. It's really useful. Nice. Yeah, I think it looks pretty great so far. And I shouldn't be getting too intense into refining yet. But I think you guys have probably figured out what I do with my roughs after by now. I just refine them and make them just better. I kind of like do my liner off my rough by just refining it. So I'm just gonna draw the blade up here. I'll probably just start tipping it off here. And I'm just gonna put in a bit of that's just a visual aid. I'm gonna erase it after. It's a bit too thick. I'm just gonna like lasso tool it. Fudge. Yeah. And we're just gonna lasso tool that around a bit. There we go. That looks pretty decent now. That looks like a good start so far. I might work on that tip a bit later, but it gets the general idea down. Hold on. Having a bit of a technical... There we go. I didn't know if my cursor was working or not. Sometimes it lets me pause for a minute. That's just me thinking about the piece for a minute. Just kind of looking at the direction I'm going with it. I'm going to start doing... I'm going to Control J it actually. Remember, Control J makes a copy of your layer, so it's like a save point. And I'm going to go back, I'm going to delete the first few that I did. There we go. That way, we're not using a whole bunch of memory to have layers. So we're gonna start sketching in this cape a bit, like that. I'm gonna draw it kind of like hanging loosely, kind of just like hang on his shoulder blades, shoulder plates, just kind of like hanging loosely away, so it's kind of like getting a gap in there between the armor and the cape itself. I'm just kind of like playing around with shapes and wrinkles and stuff, not really giving too much of a care, and I'm just trying to get the cape in. I can go back and work on making my wrinkles look better later on. Not a big deal. And I'm going to bring the cape over here a bit, but I'm not going to bring it all the way to the edge of the screen. I want it to cut off right about here. Like I said, the thumbnail is kind of just like trying to figure out your composition, but not like your final piece. So like, don't get too caught up when you're first bringing it into Photoshop, or bringing it into whatever software you're using. I like Photoshop. Some people like Psy. Yeah, just kind of play around with your shapes, what you want it to look like. I might bring out the tip of the cape on this side here, like that. I don't know. That might leave. That might stay. I'm not sure. We'll just kind of figure out as the composition goes along. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's really good. Everything is a good learning experience for artists, or anybody that doesn't just count to artists, but like in art especially. You learn. You're a lifelong learner. You learn until like the day you're in the ground. Which is why if you want to see anything different with the streams, if you have any suggestions or criticisms, please do not hesitate to tell me. I would really appreciate any criticisms or critiques you guys can give me. Either in the chat or like I'll be putting social media stuff up later. I will be updating the channel a bit with like some bit more bio. When it comes to my previous content, it was all gaming. I might keep doing that, but like on weekends and occasionally, I'm really trying to just like switch over to like a full art and drawing based thing, because I really like doing art more than I like streaming video games. Video games are just like a fun stress relief for me. That cape on the other end isn't looking too hot. I'm just gonna making it a little more extreme. Yeah, that I think it might come down just a bit like that instead. Yeah, with art, it's also just like I said before, it's a trial and error. Just don't get too caught up, and if you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it later. It's a lot easier to do that in Photoshop than it is on paper, which is why I like Photoshop a lot more than I like drawing on paper. I like digital entirely, but like Photoshop's my preference, my software of choice. I'm getting a bit thirsty. I might go grab some water real quick once I fill in the face here. I'm just gonna choose a nice facial feature. Some nice, like, not really features, but like a good expression for the character that I think. I kind of want him to be like a good guy, like more like a knight, like a royal knight, than like a dreadnought or anything. More like a hero character. I should probably bring up another tip that I really find useful that I learned from other artists, is using your brackets. I don't actually know what they're called. I call them brackets. The buttons by the keys next to the P on your keyboard. They help you adjust size. It's really useful. And I'm just gonna start sketching in eyes. And I'm gonna like start placing the nose a bit here. And no, that's too much for my liking, that shape. I want to go with maybe eyes like that. I'm gonna lasso the eyebrow and this in its entirety. And I'm just gonna bring it ahead and kind of tilt it. See how that looks in comparison. I think what my problem is actually is this. Also, it's okay to have to take a moment to think. Maybe it's the entire face. It's just not filling out as much as I was expecting it to. I'm gonna take a moment to go grab some water. I will return in a moment. So I'm back with some water, and I'm ready to start messing around with this face. Messing around with this head. I'm just gonna do it now. It'll stretch my mind. It's not like the other pieces where I'm trying to refine. I'm trying to kind of fit this more into how I think it should look on the face itself. Nah, I'm not gonna mess around with that anymore. And gonna fill in that other eye. I'm just gonna shave some mark off of. There we go. I think that's a good start. Yeah, that's a good, decent start, I think, to the face. I am rambling. This is my first stream, though, so I'm learning. I'm getting better. Like, everybody will get better at being an artist. Or like doing whatever you do. Just practice make perfect. Work hard at it, and you can achieve anything you want. I think I got the general idea for the character down. So I think we can remove the background. Element. And I'm just gonna use my Control U to darken the background out so I can don't have the glaring white there. So just gonna start doing that thing I always said I was gonna do with the rough after. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I'm gonna Control J, and then we're gonna do some refining. What I like to do is just take my eraser and I just carve out and keep refining. Just use your eraser tool to just kind of like get out all those rough sketch marks. This is kind of just like me explaining my technique. I don't really like those how to draw the titles that people put on their stuff, because that's just one way to draw. There's multiple different methods and techniques to draw. Like, everybody does it differently. You're all different people. Sure, there's like the best ways, most effective ways to do it, but do your own thing. Learn the way you want to learn. It's like the biggest tip I can give anybody. I might make that my motto. Learn and draw the way you want to do it. You're your own person. Also, just like based on styles and stuff too. This will probably also be edited, so like any like jabbering or like anything that I don't want to be kept in the records can be edited out in After Effects, but I will not be streaming that. Don't even ask. That was also probably be edited out because I can, really. I'm the editor. I'm kind of like run everything here, so I'm my own boss. I'm my own director. I'm gonna zoom in on this so I can just start like getting right into the nitty gritty of it. Like I said, we're refining now. Just gonna. I'm having a lot of fun with you hanging out here, doing some drawing. Anybody that joins, I'm hoping you're having fun too. Just kind of listen to my angelic, beautiful voice, talk about drawing and art, and kind of giving, and kind of more or less just rambling. But I'm hoping you're staying for the art, or staying for whatever you want to stay for. Just do your own thing. That can go for anything, like just art. I'm just gonna pass through the tool this bit again. Kind of stretch it out so that it takes up more space. And it all went quiet because that took a moment to focus real quick. Well, not real quick, but like, you probably don't know what I mean. But that's the beauty of people being unique. I'm like giving advice on how to be not so uncomfortable with yourself. Just be yourself. You're the only person that can do that. I'm giving out life advice now. Southern Squeeze just says, "My boy, what's good?" A lot of things are pretty good right now because I'm having a lot of fun drawing. Wes, is that you? Joining me in the Twitch chat. Oh, that's Jacob, I think. That's a friend. It's here. It's your boy Skinny. I'm not gonna finish that. I don't wanna lose any privileges. You're the trash man. You haven't seen the full thing yet. You came in while it was still zoomed in. This is what I've got so far based on my thumbnail. For him and like anybody who's gonna see this video, my one viewer, this will be, like I said, this will be going live to YouTube. Well, not live. This will be going to YouTube. After also, I don't technically refine my lines to perfection all the time either. That is true. I do have 205 views. I'm looking at my stats and it says that is true. I have been putting pretty good time on the sketch. Yeah, what I was saying is when I draw, I don't technically like refine all my line to perfection. Some sketchiness looks really good in my opinion on drawings. I just try to get like a more neater, less messy appearance on them, less thick. But I really enjoy this technique of taking my rough and refining it using just like the eraser. Oh, we got a new boy, new viewer. Pop yourself into the chat if you want to. We're just chilling, grilling, drawing a night, having a good time. I think that can go. Honestly, at the pace I'm going, I'm gonna get a lot farther than I thought with this sketch. Wow. Yeah, that looks fine to me. That cape looks a-okay to me now. I'm just gonna start refining out. I think this plate of armor here, it's right close by. May as well be next on the fix list, on the refining list. Just gonna size down my brush real quick. People watching in the chat, you enjoying the stream? Yeah. I'm glad. I'm having a lot of fun myself. Just gonna... Yeah, he's probably at work. But this, you weren't here to hear that, but I'm putting this on YouTube after for people who missed it or like want to watch it again. I try not to spend like more than like I'm gonna say like 2 or 3, maybe even 5 minutes on one area, too, just because I don't get like too like overly like into that certain area, because I still got a lot of ground to cover when it comes to refining, And I don't want to take all night doing one shoulder plate. I am, however, just gonna bring that out a bit. I'm thinking about doing another one of these tomorrow. Excuse me, pardon that. I'm gonna get an actual schedule up, I think, of what I'm gonna be like streaming and what I'm gonna be doing. Because I want to do this more often. I'm really enjoying this. Just carving out more detailed lines. Carving, sculpting, whatever you want to call it. Shave that down a bit too. There we go. I'm not going to try to spend a lot more time on this section of armor. I'm just going to use my tool to bring that in. There we go. I like that. Yeah. Now for the hand. Or the upper arm. Lower arm. Or lower arm. There we go. Probably bring my brush size down a bit. I'm just gonna start shaping out fingers now. Start shaping out the hand in its entirety, I think. I'm really glad that the RAM in my computer is holding up on this too. It usually would be lagging by now, but I think the fact that I don't have any music playing is a really big help with that. So I might look into some better options for background noise and music. Okay, I will make some ASMR for my next stream. I should throw in a background real quick. I'm gonna just lower the opacity on it. I think I'm gonna throw in like a mountain scene. So like I'm just gonna probably won't get to the background much in this stream, so I want to focus on finishing the character, and because it's like the centerpiece, like there's a good start for a background. Okay, I'll get a bag of Doritos and crinkle them. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it off. I just want to go to the next layer. What I'll do is I'll just get like death grips and put it on a loop. But it won't just be like an album, it'll be like one song. And every time it loops, it speeds up. I like the way it's going along so far. I'm just gonna shave it down a bit. Yeah, this other shoulder plate is actually starting to look pretty rad. Just gonna curve out. I'm gonna bring this end out a bit though. I'm kind of breaking one of my rules here with staying at something for more than 5 minutes, but I really want to put the extra finesse into this side here. Make sure that it's looking quite swell. Don't be afraid to break your rules every once in a while if you think it's going to benefit the piece in the end. It's a nice tip to have. Unless you're like on some strict like deadlines, don't. If you're doing something for like a professional, like if you're doing something professionally for like a business, always make sure that you can meet the guidelines and the deadlines that have been laid out for you. I'm pressing the wrong button, that's what's going on. But this is just a piece that I'm chilling doing. I have to get it done in effective time just so it can be more entertaining, but sometimes the artist's gotta do what the artist's gotta do. We are at the hour and 2 minutes mark now, so I'm probably going to not really stop. I'm gonna keep going for probably like another. We could go for like another hour. And see where we are at the 2 hour mark. If we're in a good spot, we can continue the sketching tomorrow. I also want to bring that up to a tiny bit more. There we go. That's looking quite swell. Time to take a look at hair, I think. Anybody watching this, just in general, please be sure, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that follow button. I'd really appreciate new followers, but if you don't want to, that's also your choice. Do your thing, as I've said multiple times on this stream. That's a winky face there. Going live has been a lot of fun tonight. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Southern Squeeze. If I had fancy music, I'd play it. I should just get a trumpet and then do fanfare music every time I get a follower. Guillotine. Another good tip for drawing, not just in digital, but like drawing in total, is make broad strokes instead of making small chicken scratches like that. Broad strokes are always better. Even when I'm erasing, I'm making broader strokes of my tablet stylus. So, what do you think of my refining technique of erasing, primarily using my eraser? I like it because it keeps my mind going on details, and I feel inking makes me miss details that would have made the drawing look a little better sometimes. That's looking really good for hair so far, I think. I'm gonna start playing with the ear a bit. That's a nice shape for the ear, I think. So what do y'all think of my Valiant Elf Knight so far? I'm enjoying it quite a lot, actually. It's been quite the ride. I'm really enjoying this piece. And I'm really enjoying drawing it live. It's a lot more entertaining, actually, to me, than drawing without. Especially since I get to talk to myself and, like, not sound completely and utterly insane. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm getting some good progress on it. So when I upload this YouTube, I'm thinking about doing a speed paint version and a version with that's just the stream and me like hanging out here and talking and giving tips and talking to like the chat. That way for people who don't want to listen to my ramblings, don't have to, but they can still like enjoy the process of me drawing this. But people who like want to listen to my ramblings can. is this going to work? Ah, that looks great. Yeah. I'm just gonna give him a neck here. Like that. There we go. That looks swell. Yeah. Look at it now from the thumbnail. It's coming along quite nicely. I think, just to emphasize just how big the sword is, though, I'm gonna bring it off screen. There we go. Yeah. I'm just taking a stretch moment. It's important to stretch so you don't get too stiff and get uncomfortable while you're drawing. Taking care of yourself is an important part. Just making sure that you're like not getting too like frustrated. I hit the wrong button. Oh, there we go. I just realized I haven't Control J this in a while. Neither have I actually legit saved. So I'm going to save it. And I'm going to Control J it to create a copy so that we have a backup. Just gonna go to the next hand now. This has been really therapeutic, actually. Hands is definitely something I need to practice more. And I might do a bit of a live streaming hand practice at some point. And give you guys some tips on drawing from life, because I'll be doing some life drawing. Oh, nice. We got 3 viewers. Welcome. Southern Squeeze and our other dude. Oh, you changed your chat color. Nice. That's pretty cool. You are now a pink papa. Papa bless. Boy. Papa squat. I think those fingers look a bit off. So I think what we're gonna do, there we go. I think that'll make them look just a bit better. could come over just a bit. Lasso tool. Very useful tool. Thank you, digital art. Thank you, Photoshop, for this wonderful lasso tool that I'm going to use to realign. Oh, I think we're having some lag issues now. Thank you, RAM. I think I'm gonna give him Knuckles, actually. There we go. Provide some more depth into the hand. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do for a hand for now. I'll probably go back and fix it later. I just need to stop looking at it and take some time to like look at other things. We are at the hour and 30-minute mark. I probably will be turning the stream off for the night at the hour and 2 minutes mark. I mean the 2 hour mark. I wasn't thinking there for a second, and I apologize. Yeah, I'm getting quite sleepy. But I'm really enjoying this, so I'm going to try to get as much of it in as I can. While I shape out the sword a bit more. Sword boy. Isn't that what this is called? Yeah, the file is called swordboy.psd. Just take a moment to look at it. Yeah, and now I'm gonna zoom in. I'm just gonna, there we go. It's like a eureka moment. Eureka. After I'm done this like part of the hilt, I might actually call it quits. I'm getting quite tired. Would like some rest. But we've got a lot of progress on our sketch so far, so I wouldn't feel too bad about stopping. Right now, because if we continue tomorrow, we can make some more progress. I never finished my sentence. That's how tired I am. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. We're going to wrap it up. We'll continue with our next stream probably tomorrow. We'll keep continuing on our quest to refine this more. God damn it, I can't leave until I fix this. It's bothering me. There we go. I'm liking how that's looking. We're gonna call it quits for the night now. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.